Hello everyone, hope you are alright. In today's video, I'm going to show you which seeds I'm going to sow in March. So I'm going to divide the seeds into two parts. The seeds which I'm going to start indoors, under the cover or inside my house. And the seeds which I will sow outside directly in my raised beds or in containers. So here you can see all the seeds which I'm going to sow indoors. I have got some flower seeds and some vegetable seeds. The first one I'm going to sow is scabious, which is basically pincushion flower. This is an annual flowering plant and it attracts pollinators as well as wildlife. So we can sow these seeds from March to May. Next, I'm going to sow larkspur seeds, which are hardy annuals, so they can tolerate a little bit of cold. So I'm going to start them indoors in my greenhouse, which is technically cold frame, so there is no additional heat. Next, I have got marigolds, which I collected myself from my plants last year. So there are plenty of marigold seeds. And here I have got alyssum seeds. I also collected these from my plants last year, and there are plenty of them. So I have already sown some alyssum seeds outdoors in my front yard, and I'm also going to sow some seeds in my greenhouse, technically cold frame. In case those seeds do not do well, I will have something in place, and I will also plant them in my containers once my spring bulbs are done. Next, I have got some vegetable seeds. So I'm going to start my corn seeds, sweet corn, which is incredible F1 this month inside my greenhouse in seed starting trays. Sweet corn seeds can be sown from March to May, and the plants can be planted out in June once all the danger frost is gone, and these can be harvested from August to September. Next, I have got some tomato seeds. This year I'm going to grow lots of tomato varieties. So here is moneymaker tomato, which I also grew last year, and here I have got tomato tumbler. This is a cherry tomato dwarf variety. Next, I have got tomato super marmite. This is a semi-bush variety and it produces large beefsteak tomatoes. Next, I have got yellow pear tomatoes, which is indeterminate heirloom variety, and it produces yellow pear-shaped tomatoes, really lovely looking. Next, I have got tiny tim tomatoes, which is a dwarf variety, determinate type, and it grows only up to 30 centimeter and can be grown in hanging baskets and small pots. Next, I have got Roma Italian tomatoes, which are plum-shaped tomatoes. They are really juicy and fleshy, so they are ideal for cooking and for making pasta sauces. Next, I have got Gardener's Delight tomato, which are cherry tomatoes, but these are indeterminate, so they grow huge. And these tomatoes are ideal for beginner gardeners. So I have got 8 varieties here. 2 of them are small dwarf varieties. One is my bush, which is also beefsteak tomatoes, and one of them is heirloom. One of these are plum tomatoes, and one of them are yellow pear tomatoes, different color, different shape. So a lot of varieties to try for me this year. Oh, actually these are 7 here, so I have got an 8th one, which is tomato sun gold F1, so I forgot it. These are also cherry tomatoes, but they are like of orange color, so they are like Gardener's Delight. Gardener's Delight is of red color and tomato sun gold F1 is of orange color, and these are really juicy and sweet, so they are ideal for snacking and for salads. So I'm going to start my tomato seeds, and here I have got 24 cell seed tray, and I have filled it with multipurpose compost, which is nice and loose, and I have put all my labels in so I can identify which variety is where. When you are growing more than one varieties of same plant, it's good idea to label them properly so you know the difference. And basically I have divided the tray in 8 parts, like 3 cells for each variety, and I'm going to sow 2 seeds per cell to make sure I get something in every cell. So if I get more plants, I can transplant them later on separately. So first I'm going to sow Roma Italian tomato seeds. Here I have got like 30-40 tomato seeds in this packet, and I'm going to sow 2 seeds per cell, and I will lightly cover them with the compost. Seeds are small, so you don't want to bury them too deep in the compost. Just slightly cover them with more compost and then water them from bottom. So I have got a tray under my seed starting tray where I can put some water so the soil can soak up the water, and then I can discard the rest of the water. Next, I am going to sow Sungold F1 seeds. There are only 10-15 seeds in this sachet, so I'm carefully going to sow 2 seeds per cell. And if some seeds do not germinate, then I may have to sow another set of seeds later. Next, I'm going to sow yellow pear tomato seeds. Same 2 seeds per cell. Just cover lightly with the compost. There are few seeds in the sachet too. So some of these tomato seeds are expensive. So I bought these sachets online, and like some of them have only like 15-20 seeds per sachet, and these cost like 2 to 3 pounds. So I need to be really careful with handling these seeds, and hopefully I get good germination. Next, I am going to sow Moneymaker tomato seeds, which is the sachet from last year, and there are plenty of seeds in it, so I'm not really worried about this variety. And I had really good results last year with these tomato seeds, so I can sow these more later on. And I also did a video where I rooted some suckers from this tomato variety. So if you are interested, I will include the link in the description box where I show how can you root the tomato suckers to get more tomato plants later on in the season. Next, I'm going to sow Super Marmite tomato seeds, and this is beefsteak tomato variety, so I'm really looking forward to grow these tomatoes. Next, I'm going to sow tomato tumbler seeds, which is a dwarf bush variety. So you can grow these in small pots, hanging baskets, window boxes, and they produce lots of cherry tomatoes. Next, I'm going to sow Gardener's Delight tomato seeds, really sweet and juicy. This is indeterminate variety, and you can also multiply the plants by rooting tomato suckers. Last but not least, I'm going to sow Tiny Tim tomato seeds, which is like tomato tumbler, so small bush variety, but it produces abundance of sweet juicy cherry tomatoes. So I'm really looking forward to grow all these varieties, and hopefully I get good germination here, and I will keep you updated about the progress of all these plants. So if you are interested, please subscribe to my channel so you don't miss out on any of updates. You can also join my channel for extra perks. So there are 3 levels of membership available, so you can choose which level membership you want, and they are basically perks for every level. So here I'm done sowing all my tomato seeds, and now making sure they are nice and snug in their place. So I'm pressing the soil and basically covering them lightly with the soil, and that's all basically you can do. I will be growing these inside my house in a sunny windowsill where they get lots of sun, and the temperature stays nice and warm between 80 to 20 degrees centigrade, and that's the ideal temperature for these seeds to germinate. There are also lots of other seeds which you can start this month inside your house or in the greenhouse, like peppers, aubergines, and brassicas. I have already started most of these seeds in January and February, and I will include the link in the description box so you can check out which seeds you can still start in March. So you have still time to start the seeds so you don't miss out on those vegetables and flowering plants. Next, I have got the seeds which I will be sowing directly outdoors in my raised bed or in the containers. So basically these seeds can be started directly outdoors because these are cold tolerant vegetables. My last frost date is in the middle of May, which I believe is equivalent to USDA hardiness zone 8B. And basically I can start these seeds outdoors directly now. We are still getting some frosty nights, but these seeds would be fine. If you live somewhere colder, you may have to alter the dates a little bit depending on your region. So here I have got garden peas, which I collected myself from my crop last year. I have got Swiss chard rainbow variety, which is lovely looking, different colors. Next, I have got beetroot seeds, which I'm growing for the first time. I have got iceberg lettuce seeds, which I also grew last year, and they are really yummy, crispy lettuce. Next, I have got cherry belle radish seeds, really fast maturing crop. It matures in 55 days, so you can sow it multiple times to get a continuous harvest. Next, I have got 2 varieties of carrot seeds. One is early 90s, which is early maturing carrot variety, and the other is late season carrot variety which matures somewhere around August. And I have got spring onion seeds which I also grew in the fall, and I have some leftover seeds which I will be sowing in the same container. So here you can see I have prepared my raised bed. I have amended the soil with fresh compost. On this side of raised bed I have got garlic planted which is coming up nicely, and I have a room here for sowing my peas. So I'm making a small groove so I can sow my pea seeds 1 centimeter deep. So I'm going to place my pea seeds very close together, like 1 centimeter apart from each other. They may not all germinate, but I still want them to be planted close together so they will support each other. This is a dwarf variety, so they go like 3-4 feet tall, and I have got this structure in place which you can see it's a netting. So when they are tall enough they can climb on this netting. On the other side of the raised bed I have got 2 by 2 square feet area for sowing my carrot seeds. So I am making small grooves, small lines with the use of this bamboo stick, and I'm going to sow my carrot seeds. Carrot seeds are very small, so they are a little bit difficult to handle. You may have to sow them carefully, and later on when they start germinating you will have to thin them 1 inch apart at least from each other so the carrots grow nice and thick. Here in this drop planter, this is a self-watering drop planter. I'm going to sow my beetroot seeds. So I'm going to make a row in the middle and I'm going to sow the seeds in zigzag pattern. Later on when they germinate, I can thin them as necessary. Here in the middle of raised bed, I'm going to sow my chard seeds. This is rainbow variety, so they are different colors, and I have got garlic on one side and strawberry plants on the other side. Chard seeds look like beetroot seeds. They are nice and big, easy to handle. So I'm going to make a small line in the middle of the raised bed and I'm going to sow my seeds close enough to each other, and later on I can thin them. Here in this round planter I am going to sow my lettuce seeds. This is iceberg lettuce, so they form nice round heads. I'm going to sow my lettuce seeds quite thick, and once they germinate I can harvest some of them. So basically then I will have room for the others to grow nice and big. So this is another method where you can do continuous harvest, so you can come and cut again. Here I'm going to sow another variety of peas on the other side of the raised bed just in case my own collected seeds do not perform well. So these seeds are cold tolerant. You can sow them directly outdoors. I have already sown my spinach seeds as well, so you can sow spinach directly outdoors as well. March is a great month to start all these seeds directly outdoors, and then you can start harvesting them in June somewhere. So hope you enjoyed watching this video and it gives you lots of information about which seeds you can start in the month of March inside or outside directly. Please subscribe to my channel for all the future updates, and do not forget to press the bell icon so you get notified whenever I upload a video. Thank you very much for watching today. See you next time. Bye.